So last month, we talked about the one song, Watchman of mine, that was a contender to be on the Songstress album, but we already had 15 songs, and I didn't want it to be a double disc thing for my very first album. But in reality, we recorded at the same time as we were tracking the Songstress album. We tracked several additional songs that were meant to be on a future project, and then it just didn't happen. And so there are so many songs that Joel and I have like little baby pieces of from that season that are starting to get resurrected, because I believe that every song baby has its time, and some of those, it just wasn't their time yet. Watchman was one of them, even though I sang it a lot in churches when we traveled. This song, this is a fun one. This song has been rewritten probably, 3 times? The first lyric to this song I wrote when I was 14 years old. I had a mad crush on this pastor's son who was older than me, and he was such a bad boy, and he played poker, and I was just smitten, and he was a player, and he played me, and it was a whole big mess. And so, of course, my 14-year-old self was just angry. And there was lots of anger in that first lyric of just, this boy he's just a jerk, and I hate him, and he's a liar, and and so that never saw the light of day. And then I brought it to my brother Israel, and we wrote another incarnation of it for a band that my brother and I had when we were teenagers called Call Me Mister. That was our band name. And so there was a Call Me Mister version of this song, but it never quite landed for me lyrically. I felt like the idea was so good, but the lyric just hadn't found its way yet. And so when we thought about adding it to Songstress, I picked the lyric back up out of the basket and readdressed the lyric from the perspective of, when I first wrote it, I was this angry 14-year-old who felt betrayed and played and used. But in hindsight, I was, in my late 20s at the time when this album came out, and I started thinking back over the course of other relationships that I'd been in, and I was like, you know what, I kind of dated that guy more than once. And I kind of went through the cycle of dysfunction more than once. And in hindsight, rewriting this lyric as a more broad spectrum picture of what it's like to love someone who's two-faced, what it's like to love someone who shows you one thing and shows the world something else, and the hurt that comes with loving someone who is not good for you. And as much as we all want to believe, I'm a good Christian girl, and Jesus is going to lead my boyfriends to me, and he's going to lead me my husband. We're humans. We're people. We have hearts and emotions that get tied up, and we get caught in cycles until we choose to break those cycles. And this song ended up becoming kind of an anthem to a cycle of my life of dysfunction. And It's actually a really fun song. My husband made the track that he put together for this song for tonight. I'm so excited about it because I really love it. And I think we're going to try and release it just as a single for fun because I love this song. If you out there have experienced what it's like to love a dysfunctional person and be wrapped up in dysfunction, let this song... I don't want to say bless you or minister to you because that's weird. Just enjoy the song. It's called My Love Lies. You stole my heart away so many years ago. Still I cannot forget your charms. I kept my love inside so no one else would know the sweet temptation of your arms. But someone told me all the tragedies you've staged truth. I know things happen, but I'm not the one to blame. Here's to the villain of my youth. And lies, what you told. And lies, what you told. My love lies. They said you're no good for me. I knew that from the stars, but I saw beyond their point of view. I looked behind the mask and painted on facade. I loved the man I thought I knew. You said you're different and you owed it all to me. A rather pitiful cliche, but I see clearly now the gamble in your eyes and all the twisted hands you play. And lies, what you told. And lies, what you told. My love lies. Was it a game of hearts to say that you loved me? What did you hide inside your sleeve? 'Cause you knew the deck was stacked against me all along. You watched me give up every